He was abandoned at 5. Loaned out at 18. His dream move at 22. Then turned down £200 million to stay at struggling Man United. This is Bruno Fernandes' story.
Bruno Fernandes grew up in a house where love was never said out loud. His father showed it differently. Score 2 goals? His dad would walk over after the final whistle and point out every mistake. Not to hurt him, to harden him. You left 2% on the table. There is always more. That voice never left Bruno's head. Not at Udinese, not at Sporting, not at Old Trafford, not once. At 5 years old, Bruno was already playing against 7-year-olds. He was not the fastest. He was not the strongest. He was not the tallest. But referees were pulling his coach aside mid-game. Get him off or I'm sending him off. Bruno did not see bigger kids. He did not see faster ones. He just saw the ball and he went and got it. Every single time. No fear. No hesitation. Bruno moved to Udinese as a teenager chasing his dream. Within weeks, the club were packing his bags for him. The plan was a loan move to Watford. He sat in his apartment convinced he was not good enough. That this was the end before it ever started. Then the phone rang. The manager had changed his mind. He had seen something in Bruno's attitude that he could not walk away from. One phone call. That was the difference between a career and no career at all. By 2018, Bruno had become one of the most feared midfielders in Portugal. Sporting agreed the fee. Personal terms were done. He was going to the Premier League. Then, on the final day of the transfer window, Sporting pulled the plug. Bruno was devastated. He had been so close he could feel it. And now it was gone. He had no idea that the club he had dreamed about since childhood was already watching him. 6 months later, Bruno was getting ready for bed when his agent called. He stood in his wardrobe in silence and listened. His wife walked in moments later and found him crying. He could not get a single word out. His agent was still on the line. This is the one you have been waiting for. Manchester United. His dream club. The club he had watched on television as a kid and promised himself he would play for one day. Coming to the Premier League with Man United. That is 100% of the dream complete. Manchester United were 7th in the Premier League when Bruno signed. Ferguson had been gone for years. The managers kept changing. The culture was broken. He knew all of this. He signed anyway, not because it was easy, because it was United, and because he genuinely believed he could be part of bringing them back. I was never the magic powder that would solve everything, but I knew this club had something special. Ole, Carrick, Rangnick, Ten Hag, Amorim, Carrick again. 6 different managers with 6 different ideas, 6 different systems, 6 different demands. Bruno never complained once. Not publicly, not to teammates, not to his family. Every manager asked for something different from him. He delivered for every single one of them. The day I stopped demanding from you is the day I stopped believing in you. Keane went on television and claimed Bruno had said he regretted passing instead of shooting.
Interviewed, and he said in his interview, the captain of Man
The problem
United.
was it was the complete opposite of what Bruno had actually said. He was
Today that
criticizing
I
himself
should
for
have
being
passed instead of
selfish
shoot
not
and
passing to a
still...
teammate. Bruno did not go on social media. He did not give an angry press conference. He asked for Keane's number to speak to him directly, man to man. I don't mind criticism. What I don't like is when people lie. A Saudi club put a reported £200 million contract on the table. Bruno was playing for a club that had spent years finishing in the bottom half of the Premier League. He could have left with his head held high and everyone would have understood. He called his wife. She asked him one question. Have you achieved everything you wanted to achieve here? He knew the answer. He turned the money down. He stayed. This season, his teammates were asked about him without him knowing. No cameras. No journalists. Just honest words from the people who see him every single day. Not one of them started with football. They talked about the way he treats the cleaners. The way he lifts players who are struggling. The way he demands more from you because he actually believes you are capable of it. He is the type of player who makes the people around him better without even trying. From a 5-year-old aggressive for his own age group to the captain of the biggest club on earth. From nearly being shipped out on loan at 18 to turning down £200 million at 30. This is what happens when your dad never lets you accept the 98%.